today's video, we are going to be dominating with fire as we run rampant with RC charged dragons in Legends. The army composition for this attack strategy is 13 dragons, 6 rocket loons. For the king, you need Phoenix, Spiky Ball and Snake Bracelet. For the queen, you need Frosty, Action Figure and Giant Arrow. For the warden, you need Sneezy, Eternal Tome and Raid Gem. For the royal champion, the Fox, the Haste Vial and Electro Boots. Link to this army will be down in the description. Let's jump right into the first attack of the video. We have a double poison tower base right here. So we have got the RC charge dragons on this attack strategy guide right here. Remember, you have got a lot of invisibility. So normally with the royal champion, you want to go for high priority defenses or high targeting defenses that are mainly focused on air, which is something that is very important. So right here, the revenge tower, the multi-archer towers, of course the bomb hive as well is very important. And if we can go in and get one of those poison towers, that would be absolutely fantastic as well. You know, maybe if you could get the minion prince. Unfortunately, we're not going to try to get him on this attack right here, but getting the minion prince or even the archer queen or the royal champion alongside with these RC charges could be fantastic. One thing that you should have noticed right here is that he managed to pick off the furnace in the clan castle. Now if you look at the base over at the 3 o'clock side, we have started to create a funnel. We could use a wizard or an archer over there to clean up, and then now the initial phase of the attack starts with the dragons. Siege barracks on one side, the queen with the giant arrow snipes 2 air defenses, one at 6, one at 12 o'clock. Siege barracks with the queen and the king is going to clear that whole 6 o'clock side. That's why we have the snake bracelet on the king, so that he can clear up, take less damage and try to power on through the base. Here comes the dragon directly through the heart of the base, trying to push all the way in towards the town hall. Now, one thing that surprised me with this attack strategy, which I found really interesting, was the usage of the overgrowth. So we have got an overgrowth with dragons, and we use it normally for our hero pushes to keep them alive a little bit longer. Like that overgrowth on the monolith right here keeps the king and the queen alive for a little bit longer. We use the rocket loons to sometimes snipe air defenses on the back end, or potentially pick off, you know, super wizard towers, multi-archer towers, stuff like that, so that we can keep our dragons pushing and powering through the base as long as possible. Now if you keep on looking at this base right here, there's not that much defensive power left. Only a fire spitter, a single inferno, but the single went down. The regular arch tower is not going to do anything. The rest of the defenses are ground targeting. This was a fantastic attack, very well calculated. Managed to get the RC charge, which created perfect pathing for these dragons to push on through, get the 3-star, get the job done. You follow this type of attack synergy and you will 3-star also. Let's jump right into the second attack right here. We have got the RC coming on in through the 7 o'clock side of the base. The main reason we're bringing the royal champion in from that section is so that we can get down this scatter, this expo, break the outer layer defensive ring right here, so that our dragons, when they come in, they don't push around, because essentially we want the dragons to go into the monolith and the ricochet compartment. So this gives them a straight cut. Of course, we have the invis towers. That's why we have that archer queen with the giant arrow to take it down and potentially sniper AD along the way as well. We're going to let our royal champion walk. Now a great thing there was the invis that redirected the RC to go directly into this double fire spitter compartment. The Haste Vial, of course, being amazing, unfortunately got pulled out by the king, which means that I went to the super wizard tower, so we don't get either of these fire spitters at the moment, which is a little bit unfortunate. There could have been great value with the haste. The RC finally goes back in, so we will be able to pick off one of these fire spitters. But again, redirecting the royal champion can be amazing, especially if you saw it how it was done right there by Robble. He did an amazing job and he was able to get one fire spitter, activate that rage tower as well, which is absolutely phenomenal. Now here comes that siege barracks at the 9 o'clock side. Now you saw the giant arrow took out the air defense, also activated that invis tower. You need to incorporate this into your attacks. If there are invis towers, you want to kind of get them into the path with the invis tower to get the job done. Wall break the king into that monolith. Now here come the dragons from the 6 o'clock side. I thought the dragons would be coming on in towards the monolith. I was completely wrong, but check this out now. So the king's gonna get that monolith. Dragons are gonna come in from the bottom side from 3 to 6. They're gonna push up towards the base. Leaving the revenge tower for the back end is a bit scary, but we did manage to get a hit on it with that spiky ball from the king ability, which is fantastic. Now we're gonna start using a couple of these rocket loons just so that we can kind of redirect our dragons in towards that revenge tower. Of course, the super minions from the siege barracks again doing phenomenal work. They're going to be able to pick off that whole 12 to 9 o'clock side of the base. Warden ability time to absolute perfection. Chef kiss right there, because we're able to get that revenge tower down. That does so much damage. Supercell, please nerf it. But here we go, man. Great attack again by Robble. Town Hall is standing, but there is no long shot, which is fantastic. Plenty of dragons left. Warden is a little bit low, but it should be fine. We still got that queen alive. Only one fire spitter left, 2 builder huts. The invis tower is going to come back up. I mean, which isn't a terrible thing. If we can take it down as it pops, it would still be beneficial. No, it doesn't pop at all, which is fantastic. And here we go, man. Another 3-star. The rage spell tower is not going to help that fire spitter too much. Everything's going to go down. It's going to be another triple, and see how easy this can be in Legends for you guys. Let's jump into the third attack of the video, guys. If you made it this far, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know if you're going to try this attack strategy in Legends. If you do use it, come back to this video. Let us know how it did for you, and let's get back into it. RC now in from the 9 o'clock side of the base. We're trying to get that fire spitter, get this monolith, kind of push into this core where you see the revenge tower, the rage tower. That's why the earthquake is used to soften those defenses up. So once we use this haste file right here, it can power on through, gets the revenge tower. We're trying to go out this entire core with the remaining invisibilities. Of course, we're going to try to cycle the fox just a little bit, which is absolutely perfect, but we need to be just a little bit careful, because the defenses are going to hit like absolute trucks right here. Obviously, with that rage tower now popping, we need to be even more careful than normal, and it's looking pretty good at the moment with the royal champion. Gets that scatter shot down, guts the entire core, which is absolutely beautiful right here by Robble in Legends. And look at how much, if we zoom out, look at how much of this base has been taken down by the royal champion. We started at 9 o'clock, we ended all the way over in towards that 2 o'clock compartment, lured the CC out, took out that entire core. Now there's not that much left for the dragons. We have set a pathing. We can either come in from 6 o'clock or we can come in from the top side, but here comes the archer queen. Unfortunately, we missed the air defense over at the 3 o'clock side. Siege barracks and king is down. We don't have a poison for this army composition, so you need to be a little bit mindful of that. May need to use your totems alongside the heroes, but on this occasion we're using it to tank for the minion prince and also that long shot right there. Invis tower behind the town hall is a little bit annoying. We unfortunately did miss that as well, but the dragons stick onto that long shot right there. The totem doesn't tank for those heroes. Finally it does tank once the dragon goes down, but look at this, man. The dragons are going to power on through the base. Nothing can really stop it. We overgrowth the air defense on the back end right here, and now it's all down to time, because there's nothing that can initially stop the power of these dragons, and that's going to be a 3-star. That's going to get the job done. And this was an amazing attack by Robble, again showcasing how strong RC Charge Dragons is in Legends. Make sure you guys use it to get results like this. Alright guys, this is going to be the last attack of the video, and this one's going to be fantastic, by the way. Also guys, remember, use code BLUE if you purchase anything in game. So looking at this attack, we start off with the hero dive first. Now the main reason for this is we want to activate that invis tower so we can send the royal champion into that revenge tower compartment. So the heroes and the RC are going to be working in unison right here, so we can use the royal champion to pick off the fire spitters, to scatter the revenge tower. Also the queen is going to be able to pick off a lot of defenses alongside the king. Look at this spiky ball, man, getting the air defense at 6 o'clock. The giant arrow got the air defense over at the 2 o'clock side of the base. Queen and king still going. Royal champion, look at how much value she is getting right here, all the way down to the monolith almost. And we have 4 more invises remaining, which is absolutely sensational. Might even be able to get this multi-gear tower, which would be exceptional. RC charge and base identification right there. We also get this poison tower. This was an absolutely insane charge, using the hero dive early just so that we can push this royal champion as far as it had to go to get that value, which was absolutely fantastic. The RC picked off that multi-target inferno as well, and now if you look at it, there's hardly any base left whatsoever. So here come the dragons from the top side over at the 12, 11 and 1 o'clock side of the base. They're gonna push their way down. There is a furnace in that clan castle, but look at this guys, there's no base remaining. We can just x2 this right here, and look at that, man. We're gonna use the totem spells to tank the back end air defense. We still have that warden ability to take care of these pesky heroes, as well as tank for that air defense at the back end. Now this is something that I really like that Robble did. He pulled the ice golems over towards that 3 o'clock side, so if you are using dragons and you see that there's ice golems in the CC and you don't want them to kind of get pulled by your dragons or your dragons to get locked on by them, you can always use an archer to pull them away. But of course, if you use totem spells, they're going to pull back towards the totem. We use that overgrowth right there because, you know, why not? We use it just for fun. It's essentially swagged. We didn't need it right there. You know, we had plenty of stuff left. But guys, if you enjoyed this video, if you like content like this, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you all in the next one. Have a great day.